Hello, and welcome to day 6 of the email revenue playbook. This is a bonus day. I had zero idea this was even going to be in the email revenue playbook when I first mapped it out. I just came up with this idea this morning on a walk, and now I'm putting it into action. Me and Mags were walking, and I was thinking about the playbook, and the whole purpose of me putting together this email revenue playbook was that you had something that you could walk away with and actually build something for yourself, so you can stop making peasant money from your email list, okay? And as I was walking, I was like, okay, Kels, what do they still need from me? Am I good to go? Like, is this it? Like, do they have can they walk away with what I gave them? And then I'm thinking, and I thought of it from a perspective of like how I analyze clients' funnels when they come and we're thinking about working together. So number one, when people aren't printing money from their email list, it literally boils down to two things, right? Number one is the strategy, right? They just have a shit strategy. Their flow's suck. They have no idea what they're doing. They just are sending out emails willy-nilly. So number one, or they don't have a strategy to get actually like people with intent on their email list. So number one, their strategy sucks. But sometimes people come to me and their strategy actually isn't so bad. And I'm like, damn girl, you know what you're doing. But there's a reason that they're not printing money from their email list and they're still making peasant money. So I go a little bit further and then I read the content in the emails. And the reason that they are not printing money from their email list is because their copy sucks ass. Okay? If your copy does not speak to the emotional needs, wants, and desires of your target audience, not something ChatGTP came up with very lame-ass prompts, not something that you think they want to hear, but actual words that your target audience says that come out of their mouth, you gotta pull those words out of their mouth, then you are going to continue to print no money from your email list. You're going to continue to make peasant money from your email list while your competitors are filling up their cars and laughing all the way to the bank. Okay? And I want that to be you. I don't want that to be your competitors. So that's the purpose of this bonus training today, because I felt like I gave you the strategy. I want to help you on the execution, because I don't want you guys to take these templates, take these flows and these structures, and then implement them, but your copy sucks. And then you're like, I guess this doesn't work for me. And then you go to happy hour to have some beers with your friends, you complain, then you stumble home, and then you're looking at your ceiling and you're like, what the hell am I going to do? Because you need two to tango. You need a strategy, you need good strategy, you need good execution. All right? So I'm going to teach you how to do that in this crash course. Okay. So number one, you have two sides of your brain, okay? So you have the right side, which is the emotional, and you have the left side, which is analytical, okay? I'll tell you this for free. You buy with emotion and you justify with logic, okay? And here's where most people go wrong when they write any kind of copy. They write strictly based on logic, you know? Logically, it makes sense. I'm just going to speak to clients I've worked with in the past. Logically, it makes sense for me to be like, yeah, you should work with a tax planner and not a tax preparer, because a tax planner is going to save you money on taxes, whereas a tax preparer just prepares them and makes sure that you're, compliant, which makes more sense. The tax planner makes more sense to work with. However, our right side of our brain needs a little bit more juice. We need a little bit more emotion, right? It's like the IRS is taking more of your hard-earned money. How long are you going to put up with that for? This money is actually meant for your kids. You can pay with your kids' education with that. College is getting more expensive. I'm just pulling this out of a hat right now, And you need to speak to the right side of the brain that speaks to emotion before you speak to the left, okay? And I don't want you to pull that out of your butt. I don't want you to guess. I'm going to give you two things that I do to get inside of my ideal clients' brains. And then you're going to be like, damn, this is so good. You're going to walk away with this. You're going to have the templates, and then you're going to whatever. Okay, so we're 4 minutes in. We're just going to jump into it. Number one strategy. Should I type this out on my little trusty keyboard here? Number one, and you've heard this before. You've heard this. Talk to your customers. Talk to your prospects. Okay, there's two ways to do this. Number one, there's a bunch of ways. Number one, you're on sales calls. If you do not have an AI note taker in on your sales calls, get one. This is gonna you don't even need to use your brain, by the way, for this. Shut your brain off. Shut your brain off. Okay? because it's only going to work if you shut your brain off. Get an AI note taker into your sales meetings, record them, throw them into some AI, be like, give me the common pain points, pull them out here, throw in a bunch of them at once and say, pick me out the top 3 common pains and give me the transcription. Because there's going to be words that come up, pardon me, that come up super commonly, and you want to use those words. I'm just going to give you an example. One of my best friends is a positioning expert, okay? And she did this with one of her clients, and she basically just took a bunch of sales calls and like threw them into whatever, threw the transcriptions into AI, and it pulled out one word. And I can't remember the word off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it was unappreciated. Okay? They used unappreciated in main in his messaging, in his LinkedIn headline. He started printing money. It's not that deep. You just need to know what to do. Okay? And you can do that, right? Number 2, you can talk to your prospects, talk to your customers, and do interviews with them, right? But one thing I really want to stress with you, is your interviews are only going to be as good as the quality of questions that you're asking. Okay, so you need to get good at asking questions. Not like, what'd you like about our service? What did you struggle with before you came to work with us? Yeah, okay, that's important. But you also want to think about, oh my God, Stephanie said this to me once to change my perspective on interviewing clients or even taking sales calls, is you want to think about, how is this person trying to make me feel? Okay? Because they're going to answer questions in a certain way to try and make you feel something. And when you're aware of that, you can navigate the conversation better. You can ask better questions and get better answers, right? Like, just think about it from this perspective. If I'm on trial for some kind of investigation, I'm probably going to answer questions that make you think that I'm not guilty, whether they're true or not. So when you go to interview your customers, go to interview maybe prospects, maybe just people on the street to get these answers, you need to walk in there with this question in my head. How is this person trying to make me feel? Because then you can ask better questions, okay? And from there, have an AI note taker in your meetings. Use AI, throw it in there, tell it to throw out pains, and you're just going to collect this over time. Okay, and then you're going to use this, and you'll notice in the templates that I gave you, okay, that they'll literally just plug in right there and just made your life so easy. Boom, you just turned off your brain. Now we're good to go, okay? Number 2, this is my favorite, Reddit, okay? Reddit it's just like the holy grail of like target audience information, in my opinion. I think it's better than talking to your customers, because Reddit, people go on here to complain, they go on here to confess, and you're going to get some good ass answers from Reddit, okay? People are just like blankly honest with you, okay? I'll even give you an example. Last July, I was in Vietnam and I got punched in the face, okay? I got punched in the face in Vietnam, and Stephanie, I like obviously called her crying. I was in the city by myself. I was like, I just got punched in the face, and everyone's like, what the heck? That's so random, you know? It's really humbling, because I'm like, I got some muscle on me, right? Like, I work out. It's really humbling when like the skinniest Vietnamese man alive pedals by you on a pedal bike and socks you like he's Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? And I called Stephanie. She ended up posting on her Reddit page, and I found her Reddit. Super funny to find your friend's Reddit. And I just thought I was getting assaulted, and I was terrified. But all these Reddit answers were people like, yeah, it's actually really common in Hanoi, and the reason being is they're probably trying to grab your phone, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're not unsafe, just like don't walk around with your phone out. I didn't get that answer from Google. I got like, it was a hate crime and someone was trying to murder me, okay? Reddit is where the real answers are. I'll tell you that for free, right? So I'll even give an example. So let's say, for example, I'm working with like an energy coach to align my business with like who I am energetically, okay? So what is something that your target audience might search? So you would just go in like this, you'd go, is my business, I don't know how to spell it very well, energetically aligned with me, Reddit. That's an example. Entrepreneurship, what kind of work's found that like this is all good. So you're just gonna go. I learned this from Nick Verge, by the way. This is not my strategy, but it's a good one. It's good, so I wanted to share it with you. How do you know when you are in alignment? Okay. Sold the company 3 years ago, running 50 years, caught up in the addictions of work, money, success, and voices. Good. And so what you're going to do here is you're going to open up a separate Google Doc like I do. Doesn't have to be fancy. And you're going to read through here and you're just going to copy and paste in a Google Doc like stuff that's good, right? I sold the company after 3 years, running, or 3 years ago after running it, caught up in the addiction of work, money, success, and vices. That is relatable. That's stuff you want to put in your copy. And guess what the best part is? Your brain is turned off. You're not even doing it, okay? I have an opportunity to take over a 10-minute... I'm concerned about being surrounded by ego-driven people. That's good shit. And then you just basically go and you spend some time doing research. And then basically what you do is you just throw it into a doc. And then when you're using my templates, you just throw it in and it's ready to go. And then once your training wheels are off and you're writing more emails for yourself, you have this list of words that came right out of your ideal customer's mouth. And the best part is you didn't even have to come up with that. You just turn your brain off. Okay? Anyways, I hope this training was really valuable for you. I tried to keep it short because I like to yap. But this is super important for you to know, right? Now you have this strategy and now you can nail the execution and now you're gonna laugh and print money all the way to the bank. Okay, so that actually does bring us for realsies to the end of the email revenue playbook. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a ton of value in it. If you have any questions, reply to this email that this video came from, or give me a shout on LinkedIn. My DMs are always open.